Hi everybody. In this video, we are going to look at 6 reasons why your B2B sales and marketing strategy is failing. And it is failing because your sales team is doing these standard 6 mistakes. We have worked with multiple sales teams across the country, across the world, and we've seen a lot of salespeople make these mistakes. This will bring down your conversion ratios, result in lower target achievements, and demotivate your team. So the sooner you get cracking on all of these things, the better it becomes. All right. A quick introduction. My name is Maneesh Konkar. We are into corporate training in sales and marketing. We work with B2C, B2B, multiple companies over the last 20 years. We're also a digital marketing agency and we've got online courses on these subjects. Remember to check out all those things in the description below. It's got multiple links. All right, let's begin. So, what are the 6 most common mistakes that we've seen B2B salespeople make? In fact, some of this is common to B2B2C also, but in this video, I want to focus more about direct selling, one-on-one or one-to-many, one-to-institution, rather than channel management. Okay. Those of you who are in the channel management line, we've got a lot of other videos on the FMCG channel management system. So have a look at those. All right. So let's begin. The first biggest mistake is we've seen people, B2B salespeople make is that they talk too low in the target company. I have, for example, we were doing some work with an electrical company recently, and you've got the individual home buyer who hires an architect. The architect hires a master contractor. The master contractor hires an electrical contractor, and the electrical contractor is now talking to the company sales guy. There is too many hierarchies, over here. And generally what happens is that on Friday he gets a bill of quantities, a request from the vendor and from his customer, and by Monday he's supposed to give in a quote, and in most cases the order is lost because he's not able to respond back so quickly. So number one mistake that people make is that they need to be talking higher in the company, they talk too low. Okay, that's the first point. All right, second point is that many times in B2B sales, there is a procurement manager who issues a request for proposal or a tender, or a bill of quantities and says, okay, why don't you give me a quote on this? Purchase is only one of the series of buyers that are there in a large organization. There's also a user, there's also a technical buyer, and there is a commercial, a king, an equivalent of an economic buyer that we call. And it is very important to talk to all of these 4 influencers in a target situation. If you are talking to only purchase, what is the mistake? And we're not talking about bypassing purchase here. We are talking about that purchase is the most price sensitive person in the company. Everybody else is value sensitive. The king will be the most value sensitive person in the company. Yes, you have to talk to purchase. We're not talking about bypassing that guy, but talking to the other decision makers in the company is also equally powerful. Right, so that's the point. Mistake number 2 that needs to be avoided. You should not be talking to only procurement. You should be talking to other buying influences in an account also. All right. Now let's come to point number 3. What is the conversation that you are supposed to have? Product. Most people will talk only about features of the product. They don't talk about benefits. So people will talk about what is there in the product. So for example, what is a feature? Steve Jobs was one of the best technical people who also understood marketing. And if I were to ask you to describe the storage capacity of your phone on which you're watching this right now, chances are you'll respond with 128 GB. When Steve Jobs launched the iPod, what did he say? 1000 songs in your pocket. 1000 songs is the benefit. Nobody cares about MB, GB, or let's say battery capacity. What people are interested in is acceleration in a car, in speed in a car, in fuel efficiency. Those are the things that we need to be talking about in much more detail. So third point is, let's talk about features, but let's talk also about benefits and the financial impact. So my product lasts longer, it gets installed in a lesser time period, therefore you save installation time, therefore your factory will get commissioned much faster. These are the things that we need to be focusing on. All right, so that's the idea. All right, just confirm whether the video is running. Yeah, sorry, I had a hand signal operational right now. All right, so this was point number 3, which is, can I talk to about the product in terms of features, benefits, and the financial savings that are possible. All right. Point number 4 is whether the salesperson is approaching with a transaction mindset or a long-term business mindset or a partnership approach or what we'll call a account management approach. What is the difference? A builder calls me, he's got a project running in a particular place. He says, look, I've got 4 towers, 10 floors on each tower, 4 flats on each. Give me, this is the BOQ, give me a quote on it. I turn back, he says, give me a 20% discount. I say, sir, 20% may not be possible. We may be able to give you a 10% discount, provided you take the volumes up by 3 times. Now, there are 20 different sites happening in the same town. He will now connect me to the site managers, the procurement managers of all those other sites also. Okay, that's the point that we are talking about, is do you have an account management perspective rather than a transaction perspective. The transaction perspective, this is the tender, give me a quote. Account management perspective, how much business can I get from this account over the next 1 year? Okay, a very powerful question to ask. Many salespeople simply do not know the answers to many of these questions. We cover them in detailed exercises in our training, and the results are just mind blowing. I mean, we once asked people to do an analysis on Marriott as a chain of hotels and what would be the electrical requirement in that chain of hotels. And Marriott is literally putting up more than 50 hotels in a particular time frame, and the total estimated business potential at Marriott alone was more than the annual sales target of many of the people sitting in our training program. Right? So that's the idea. Point number 4 is, are you talking transaction or do you have a long-term business or an account management perspective? All right. Point number 5 is the mistake is called spray and pray. This is how you applied on campus for a job. You sprayed your biodata on everybody and prayed that somebody would shortlist and listen to you. Okay, this is what most people do in sales. What they do is they spray the same sales pitch, irrespective of who is there, whether it is user, whether it is technical buyer, whether it is influencer, whether it is the king. The same sales pitch is given, coupled with mistake number 6, which is called menu card. Okay, what is menu card? I go and present my entire range of products to the guy. I hardly do any KYC. I don't figure out which of these products would be most useful or most relevant for my customer's business. I just go ahead and do that menu card base. So point number 5, spray and pray, is making the same sales pitch everywhere. The menu card mistake, point number 6, or what we call the buffet counter, is you're just going and talking about all your products without doing any analysis. This is the reason why conversion ratios are low. Mistakes like these greatly irritate the customer, result in lower conversion ratios. Once the customer knows and stores your phone number, he actually stops taking your call altogether. If you're seeing your sales team do this, share this video with them. It will help them figure out. Okay, there are lots of videos also on this playlist which will help you and give you a solution to all of these things. We've covered a part of the solution in the video, but each of these is a vast topic which we'll take up in all the future videos. I'm Maneesh Konkar. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.